The information in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Hiking and outdoor activities involve inherent risks, including injury or death. Always exercise caution, stay on marked trails, and assess conditions before proceeding. The creator assumes no responsibility for any harm, injuries, or damages that may occur. Viewers follow this guide at their own risk. Koosah Falls, located right off Highway 126, also known as the McKenzie Highway, is one of Oregon's most stunning waterfalls. As one of two major waterfalls along the incredibly scenic McKenzie River, Koosah Falls plunges 74 feet into a moss-covered, lava-formed amphitheater. In winter, this already breathtaking location transforms into something even more magical. Snow blankets the landscape, ice clings to the surrounding rocks, and the entire area feels like a winter wonderland straight out of a fairy tale. Join me as we trek through the snow, explore the icy blue McKenzie River, and witness Koosah Falls draped in a magical winter landscape. Getting to Koosah Falls in winter can be a bit more challenging than in other seasons. If snow has fallen recently, the direct road to the Koosah Falls parking area will likely be snowed in, making it inaccessible unless you have a high-clearance 4x4 vehicle with proper winter tires or chains. There are two main parking options if the direct road is blocked. Koosah Falls parking area, located just north of Koosah Falls, where you might be able to park along the side of the highway. From here, you would have to hike down the McKenzie River Trail to Koosah Falls. Or my recommendation, National Forest Road 750. This is usually the better option and is only about 450 feet south of the Koosah Falls entrance. The road is marked with the sign that says Carmen Diversion Reservoir, and while the full road is closed to the public, there are usually spots to park without blocking the road or gate. Once parked, you'll need to walk along the side of the highway for a very short distance to reach the Koosah Falls road entrance. Luckily, in winter, traffic along Highway 126 is minimal, and if you time it right and walk quickly, you can make it to the entrance without any cars passing you. If a car does approach, you can step safely into the snowbank until it passes. Upon reaching the ice-capped campground and Koosah Falls road entrance, you'll begin your snow-covered trek down the road toward the falls. Depending on recent snowfall, I highly recommend bringing snowshoes or traction cleats for better stability. Today, I'm walking through about a foot of fresh powder, and my waterproof snow boots with good traction are sufficient. The walk through the snow can be a bit tiring, but the experience is absolutely worth it. After about 0.2 miles, you'll reach a fork in the road. Stay to the right toward Koosah Falls. From here, it's just another 450 feet to the main viewing area. As you approach the parking area, you'll see an informational sign about the McKenzie River. Take a left here and continue down the trail. Along the way, you may catch glimpses of the falls through the trees, as well as views of snow-covered mountain peaks in the distance. At the bottom of this short trail section, you'll find a bench, most likely covered in snow, and a fork in the trail. First, I'm going to head straight, which leads to a viewpoint overlooking the top of Koosah Falls. As you round the corner to the left, you'll reach the first viewpoint. From here, you'll get a partial side view of Koosah Falls plunging into the canyon below. Continuing down the trail to the right, you'll reach another viewpoint of the river as it flows down through the snow-covered forest. The McKenzie River's blue waters are unlike anything else in Oregon, and the contrast with the surrounding landscape makes this spot one of the most breathtaking in the entire region. At the overlook above the falls, you can watch the river rush over the lava-formed cliff into the canyon below. While this is an incredible sight, it's not the most scenic viewpoint overall, but later, after visiting the other viewing areas, you could return here and take the trail up to Koosah Falls to extend your adventure. To reach the main and best viewpoints, retrace your steps back down the trail a little bit. Look for a set of stairs leading down to the right. This is where you'll find the largest and most popular viewing platform for Koosah Falls. This overlook once had an unobstructed view, but in recent years, trees have grown in, partially blocking the scene. However, you can still get beautiful views of the falls and river here. From here, we'll head to the much better and more accessible viewpoint of Koosah Falls. Take the trail that goes up behind the benches, continue straight, and after a couple of minutes, you'll come across a narrow set of stairs leading down to a small viewpoint. Even though this is the smallest viewpoint, it offers the most breathtaking head-on view of Koosah Falls. Here, you feel like you're standing at the back of an ancient amphitheater, sculpted by lava over thousands of years. The deep blue waters plunge into the basin below, sending ripples of turquoise through the river as it winds downstream. Surrounded by snow and towering cliffs, this scene is nothing short of magical. The name Koosah comes from Chinook jargon meaning sky. This waterfall came into existence around 3,000 years ago, when lava from the Sand Mountain area flowed down the McKenzie River valley, creating the rocky ledges over which both Sahalee and Koosah Falls now cascade. If you want to explore one last hidden gem, head back up the stairs. You will see a sign that's labeled Waterfall Trail and points in the directions of Sahalee Falls and Carmen Reservoir. Continue toward Carmen Reservoir. After a short walk, you'll see a steep, unmarked trail spur leading down toward the river. I want to stress that this section is optional and is left to your judgment. It is very steep and in some situations could be dangerous. If it was more icy, then I would not attempt it. If you feel at all that it would be hard for you physically, or it just looks too dangerous, then I do not encourage you to attempt it. The day that we were here, we were in about a foot of fresh powder and were able to slowly wedge our feet into the snow, using the underlying steps made from roots and rocks from previous hikers, and at no time did it feel life-threatening. However, if conditions allow and you feel confident, this spot offers one of the most spectacular views of Koosah Falls and the McKenzie River. It is as if God himself created this viewing area specifically for the falls. Fallen trees frame the waterfall perfectly, and the brilliant blue waters weave around rocks and logs in the most stunning way. The views down the river through the canyon are also beautiful. It's a truly amazing place for landscape photography and is one of my absolute favorite locations in Oregon. Koosah Falls in winter is one of the most magical locations in Oregon. The waterfall itself is stunning. The McKenzie River is the bluest and most vibrant I've ever seen, and the surrounding old-growth forest adds to the enchanting beauty. But covered in fresh snow, it becomes a true winter wonderland. If you're ever in the area and up for a short but scenic trek through the snow, I highly recommend visiting Koosah Falls in winter. It's one of the most breathtaking places in Oregon, and it's an experience you won't forget.